In this video, let us learn command line arguments. See, command line arguments. So, how we can able to use command line arguments in order to provide input into our program. We can use command line arguments. So we can use the command line arguments. We can see one example now. We can use multiple cases. Case 1. Case 1. How to provide string as command line argument. First we need to discuss about how to provide string as command line argument. First we need to go to our IntelliJ. We can create one package. The package name is command line. Command line. So in this particular package, first we need to discuss about command line with string. Okay, so it should contains main method. So now we need to discuss string as input. So how we can able to achieve string as input means string s1 is equal to args of 0. It means in zeroth index which value is available, we will be storing in a variable called s1. Similar way, string s2. So the second index element we will be storing in a s2. Now we can try to print s out s1 and s out s2. So now we are supposed to run this particular one. As soon as if we can run this example, we are getting array index out of bound exception. So this is the exception you are getting. The reason, currently the array doesn't have any elements, but even though we are trying to fetch or pull 0th index and index called second index. So how we can able to provide the value in the command line arguments in Eclipse, in IntelliJ. So first we need to go to menu and go to run option. In run there is an option called edit configuration. In edit configuration there is our program called command line with string demo. Here you can provide your command line. So just I am providing a fruit name called mango and one more called which one, orange. Just I am providing the two value. So apply and just click on run. So s1 become a mango and s2 become a orange. So this is the way we can supply the command line arguments. Suppose if it is an integer value, how we can able to supply? Command line with integer demo. So now we can see, okay, integer as input. How to provide integer as the input? The first one, int x is equal to args of 0. Start giving compilation error. The reason, the data type of args is a string and we are trying to store in a integer variable. So we can't able to store directly. For that purpose we need to convert. How to convert means we can use wrapper class, and the wrapper class contains a method called parseInt. It is a static method. So for the parseInt method you should pass as a parameter to which one? The args of 0. The first element you can able to supply. Similar way you can pass the second variable called y and the index we need to provide second index. In this we can provide n number of index we can provide. So now int result is equal to, so now I would like to perform x plus y. Now s out integer addition result. So what is the result? We can just substitute the result. Again save this example and try to run, and this example by default it provides array index out of bound exception. So how we can able to execute, because we haven't passing the values as a arguments. Now we can supply the value. So click on, go to menu, run, edit configuration. Here command line with integer. We can just supply. What are the value you can supply? 30 and 50 you can just supply. So apply and just run. It provides the result called 80. It providing the result called 80. Similar way you can supply which is the value means double. The decimal values also you can supply. Command line with double. Double means decimal values. So how we can able to supply the decimal value? Decimal input. So the first one, double, d1 is equal to, so we would like to store the first index element. Again it provides compilation error. The reason for compilation error, you can't able to convert integer into the string into double value. For that purpose you should use wrapper class double.parse double. The args value you can supply it. Now the string representation of the double value you can convert it into double value. D2. In the second variable you can store second index of the element. Now the result, double result is equal to, you can subtract d1 minus, you can subtract or you can multiply, anything you can able to do. Currently we'll subtract d2. Now we can print the result, subtraction result. The subtraction result, it provides a result. So now we can try to run. As soon as if we can run, by default it provides array index out of bound exception, because currently we are not passing the appropriate value. Now currently we need to pass the value. How to pass the value? Just go to menu, run, edit configuration, and again for double you can supply the value. So 15.75 space, we can pass 9.25. So what can be the result? So we can apply these changes and click on run. It provides the result card. So 6.5. So in this way you can provide the double as an input. Suppose you would like to pass character as an input. How to supply character as an input? For that purpose we have to use the string inbuilt method called char@. So we can see one example now. Suppose command line with character. So we should recover a main method. So in the main method, character input, char input. How to supply? Through command line character as an input. So first we need to do char ch is equal to args of 0 s. That is a string. The char@ of which one? 0th index. So that only that particular element only we would like to fetch. So this is just we can print the character. So now save this example. As soon as if we can run, no doubt it provides array index out of bound exception. So we need to pass the actual value. How to pass the value as the argument? So command line, edit configuration. Now we can supply. I would like to supply as grapes. So now it is going to capture the first 0th index, which one? G is available. Now it is going to print G only. The first character only it will extract. See, the output G is available. So this is the output. Similar way, okay, we can able to get the input as Boolean value, and next one called we can get the input any command line arguments by using the corresponding wrapper class. Yes, we can able to convert. Suppose I would like to show the Boolean value, how we can able to convert. Command line with Boolean. Yes, we should provide public static void main. Now Boolean input, we can provide the Boolean input. So yes, Boolean x1 is equal to, so we need to use args of 0. By default it provides the compilation error. By default it provides the compilation. In order to resolve the compilation error, we should use wrapper class boolean dot parse boolean. So you should pass which one? Args of 0. The string representation of Boolean value. So now we can do it in this way. Control X. The string representation of Boolean value we can convert into Boolean. So now we can just convert. We can just try to print x1. So again, if we can execute, no doubt it provides array index out of bound exception. In order to resolve this particular error, we need to supply the value. Go to run, edit configuration, and just provide the Boolean value called true or false, anything. Just click on run. It provides the result as true. So this is the way, by using the wrapper class, we can able to convert the string representation of corresponding value, the string representation of integer, the string representation of double decimal value, the string representation of Boolean value. Yes, we can convert it into the corresponding primitive value.